And we are here back again. We are going to randomly pick the fourth palette from Color Cube 2, Volume 2 of Sarah Renae Clark. This is the second round that we are doing with Color Cube 2. So randomly picking, I'm going to go to the back and please, no dark colors, please. Oh, look at that. Ah. And we're almost into summer and it's a summery palette. Hallelujah. 416 is the palette number. Apricot, white, seafoam, mint, and teal. All right. So we are in, like I said, Color Cube Volume 2 by Sarah Renae Clark, palette 416. I am going to see what I have available and we will get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's painting palette challenge. I took a little time off to celebrate my birthday and the holiday, so we're back. It's summer in Florida, so probably going to tailor down to maybe 2 of these a month because it's hot, humid, and paints don't react the way I want them to. Today, we are looking at this palette 416 out of Color Cube 2 for Sarah Renae Clark's Color Cubes. So here's in the colors. Again, let's remind ourselves, apricot, white, seafoam, mint, and teal. I went ahead and was experimenting on something I wanted to end up doing today. So this is a technique that caught my eye on Facebook, and it's Susanna P. Limon, Limon. I'll put her name in the details for the video below. She's an artist out of California, and so she was doing this technique with watercolors, and it piqued my curiosity. She takes a round tip paintbrush, puts it in watercolor, and then twirls the paintbrush around to get sort of these effects. Mine didn't come out as crisp as hers on my first time trying it. We're going to see how it goes here. I just really liked how it was a different way of using the paintbrush instead of strokes, pinpointing. It was a different way, and also trying to see if I could test my hand dexterity. So that's what we're going to be trying today. I was trying to see how close I could come with some of the watercolor that I have on hand. Specifically, I want to use this. This is, again, the Ganzai Tambi Art Nouveau watercolor set. And it had some pretty decent close colors. So we're going to be using cobalt green, pale aqua, and this is grayish blue. And that sometimes is mixing with this cobalt green to make some colors. And then to get close to that apricot, I mixed saffron yellow and coral pink. And as you can see here, I had my palette going. So here are the greens and the blues. Here's that darker green that I was mixing a little bit together in here. This is where I got that apricot kind of going. It's a little bit on the orange side, which is fine. See, right in there, when I first started out, it did come really close to that apricot. I had this already taped off. So we got a little bit of a tape off here. And we're working on room microphone and just some basic light coming in. Like I said, it's Florida in the summer, so we're getting ready to have a storm. So we are going to get started. I'm going to go mix up a little bit more paint to have on hand here in the palette. And the brush sizes that I'm going to have available right now, I did that example one in a 6. So it's a 6 round. And then I have an 8 round. These are ones where I'm not quite upset if I go a little bit rough on their points. Then I was playing around with some other types of brushes. So the fan was doing pretty good, doing some little marks around the edges to do some pinpoint marking. So I had that handy just in case. The failures were the filbert and the dagger. So we are going to stick with the round brushes. All right, we've done some mixing. Here's the palette. Got them already all mixed up, ready to go. see what we can get from here. I'm going to start out with that more apricot peach. Probably start here in the middle. And then I want to do something coming off here. Something smaller just going off the page in almost a fan, trying to do as much of circles as we can. So we are just going to go with the flow. She was really able to load a lot on her round brush. And I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that. I guess we shall see. Shall we not? All right. So I'm going to actually go a little bit on the quiet side. And I'm not going to get upset if I don't go in perfect circles, because I actually sort of liked that in here. You know, flower petals like on a carnation aren't always perfect. So that's what I'm going to be trying to go for. I'm adding a little bit more of that coral over into here. Trying to basically concentrate and get my hands to do what I need them to do. So here we go. Okay, we're going to just go on this one with just a little bit of this kind of sea foamy aqua that I've got going. So we're just going to do little twirls. Now it's almost looking like maybe a mandala kind of going on here. So I'm going to do these little, almost like solar rays, I guess you could call them. I will try and see what I can come up with. If I want to leave it this way or do some other things. But anyway, this is where we are so far. And so that was that twirling technique of a round brush, just twirling it, moving my hands around as I twirled it. Successful or not successful. Some rounds were better than others. But again, we were looking for apricot, white, seafoam, mint, and teal. So we've got it pretty close to some of that. They did a beach scene. I'm doing sort of a tie-dye flower burst, or just a tie-dye flower. So I'm going to let this dry, like I said, and then I will decide if I just want to let it go. All right, I'm back a lot sooner than I thought I was going to be. I was playing around with this experimental one, but you notice how I had where I did the fan brush point down and gave a little contouring to this trial. So that's what I'm going to do with this. I have mixed up the saffron yellow and the coral pink, a little bit more on a golden rod kind of. We'll put it over. Let's put it on the back of this. So a little bit of a goldeny. So tone to it, more golden yellow than that apricot. And we're just going to go in and see if I can make some contours with this. May not be dark enough. We shall see. See if we can get it to look like petals. And just right now playing around with a different texture from a different kind of brush. And we'll probably time lapse this because this could be pretty darn boring to watch in real time. Not the greatest, but it's something. It's a little bit different. And actually, here's the filbert. Let's see. It's got those spikes on it. Seeing if that can help me out a little bit here. You know, trying to use a triangle shape in a square. And I think Now I'm pretty good at saying enough is enough. There we go. Okay, came back in to do a little bit of detailing, dot work, just suggestions of more of that a darker apricot in, and used a fan brush and a little bit of a Phillips head. Yep, Philip Greener, so a 3/8. I hope you've enjoyed my experimentation today. This was color palette 416 out of color cube 2 from Sarah Renae Clark's Color Cubes, and apricot, white, seafoam, mint, teal. I think it did pretty good there. Didn't do the white, but that's okay. We left it white in the background, some negative space there. I don't have to paint every inch of the piece of paper. I know it's hard for me to believe, but I try really hard. I hope you've enjoyed today. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share. Tell me if you would try this yourself. And if you do try it, share what it looks like. I'd love to see how it came out for somebody else doing this. This was a technique that I saw on Facebook by Susanna Lyman. I'll put her name down in the notes for the video. And until next time, thank you.